again. Jenna, did you have any reservations about doing a film that would forever change the way we think about unicorns, or do you reckon it's about time they had a bit of an image makeover?
It's funny because according to Alex Sharfman, the super smart writer and director and creator of this thing, this is his brainchild, apparently it's quite truthful to what the lore...
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
He's public about it.
You'd be surprised. He's a very honest, truthful, just unfiltered person. So I feel like, if anything, the things we were hearing from him on set was probably in reference to what he had already written. And maybe he's coming up with lines like, that's a good one, and then would, you know, dish them out the next day and see how they played.
Or is like a sort of daily practice?
Not necessarily. I used to be a really big, or not used to be, I'm kind of falling out of it right now because I finished my notebook and I've been delaying getting a new one. But I do love to journal, I do love to write, but it's not always a daily practice. I only write when I feel the urge to write. So I may not write for, I'm trying to meditate. And that's been a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm getting quite good at it now. And I think I have to start my day that way. Otherwise, I don't know, it explains kind of my anxiety in recent years. So it's been nice to kind of deal with that in a peaceful manner.
Really like that. And what about you, Jenna? Do you have a evening routine or a sort of like go-to to unwind?
It's quite difficult because we're always traveling for work and it's always a new environment, and whatever the job is, you kind of have to create a new routine that you can only really stick to for 6 weeks because then you're off to the next one. I would say that I feel like I get more accomplished at night because in the morning it's the only time I can get things done. So I usually find myself up late reading scripts, answering emails, doing things like that. Also, when I'm tired, I have pretty intense OCD, so I have a lot of, that's kind of my routine in terms of repetitive thoughts and counting everything multiple times and having to do the same action and over and over. So sometimes
asking him if he'll FaceTime one of your cousins. Like, please don't approach him when he's out in public trying to get him on FaceTime with someone. Paul, do you have a please stop asking me?
I have a couple, but I feel like if I say them, then people are just going to keep asking me about it.
When is the last time you did an interview where somebody didn't mention your appearance?
About 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Petulant kids off to beddy buys a little bit later on, please.
Is your audience children? Well, I'm incredibly interested in Trey Edward Schultz as a filmmaker slash, you know, just, I guess, director, editor. He's so immensely talented, and I need Chase Irvin, the DP, was also a part of the project, which I'm a fan of his work as well. Somewhat psychotic things that she's doing. I think initially when they had written the script, it was supposed to be kind of like a Patrick Bateman-esque character, and then as we were shooting, Trey really stressed the importance of being very grounded, very honest, very sweet, very kind. So it's quite interesting because you never really know what her place is in Abel's life, and I think that kind of those gray stories are the more compelling ones to me. Knowing what was going on, because the film is so experimental that, you know, as an actor, maybe I wouldn't have had as much of an understanding. So it was really good to be a part of kind of the making of and the process, in the process behind, you know, when there's script changes going on and being included in that, and set changes, and it was just very informative to what we were doing. I think everyone will kind of leave with a different understanding of it, which is why it would be good to see it with a group. There's also so much of it that, you know, obviously Abel came out with an incredible album, so that intertwined throughout the whole thing, it just feels like a fan event or something to give back to his audience and crowd and the people who have supported his work all throughout the years. It's a very, very special feeling.